Good morning, Carlos. Great to be here with you today.
Hey, good morning, Jay. How are you?
Fantastic, thanks. I'm excited to talk about the tools that we have and how they're shaping education and the SAMR model and the vocabulary that allows us to describe what we see going on every day here at Cuba Rushford.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that we have the SAMR model just as a base point to start the conversation of how technology tools are affecting instruction in our classrooms. So let's start with, first of all, with what the SAMR model is. And basically, the SAMR model is just a way of measuring how technology is used in the classroom, whether it be substitution, augmentation, modification, or redefinition. And let me just start with substitution. Substitution, basically, it means that we are utilizing a tool, in this case maybe an iPad, to substitute pencil and paper. Or another way to look at it is using a word processor to substitute the old typewriter. Of course, no copy and paste and no autocorrect. It's a straight line substitution. So we are okay being in this model as we've introduced a lot of technology into the hands of teachers and students. There's a time period where everybody is going to be at the substitution level, and we want to be supportive of people who are there as they take risks and start utilizing the tool and becoming comfortable with the tool and letting the students become comfortable with the tool. So
It is a great entry point, substitution, because you get to do the great teaching that you're used to and incorporate the tool along with it, and then start to think about other ways to leverage those tools.
Yes.
And that would be augmentation. Do you want to refer to augmentation?
Sure. Augmentation is basically when the tool not only just acts as a substitute, but it also augments a little bit what happens in the classroom. And in this case, I use the example of Word replacing an old typewriter. Augmentation would be where there is an enhancement. So that would be your autocorrect, your paste and copy, or copy and paste, inserting pictures, some media into it. So it definitely is not just a straight substitution, but there's things that we can now enhance and make it look more alive.
Yep. Excellent. Excellent. And those are thoughts of enhancements. And then there's the transformation, and we see this transformation happening in the classroom today, and the SAMR model refers to that as modification. Would you like to think about modification and share your thoughts on how that is affecting what we're doing, or how we describe what we're doing?
Yeah, and I don't want to just stick to the examples with the typewriter. One that comes to mind is where technology really allows for a change, a redesign of how information is accumulated. I think of back 2 or 3 years when, or maybe even 4 or 5, when the voting egg came in.
Yes.
Before we had to pass out ballots and accumulate information, and now we found ourselves with the Promethean board and the voting eggs being able to accumulate 26 opinions in a matter of 30 seconds. And then use that to actually change instruction, use that to guide us where we're actually going to go based on the answers. So it definitely transforms where we are and where we were going to go even that morning.
So true. Yeah, so much information so quick to help make better decisions. It's awesome.
Yes.
And then the R of the SAMR model, redefinition. As we see that taking place in the classroom, and this vocabulary helps us describe that. Redefinition, in your words.
Yeah, in my words, I like to tie redefinition a little bit with Danielson. In the rubric of the Danielson, we have, we have the ineffective, we have the developing, effective, and highly effective. categories. And I always, when I look at the highly effective row, or sorry, I should say column, you will see that it always involves student participation, student creation. They basically take charge of their own learning. And one of the things that these tools, these technology tools, can do is, in the hands of students, they can actually take that tool and go hunting for new information. They can collaborate. They can come up with ideas that before haven't been able to be explored just because of the tool. And so redefinition could be doing something that has never been done before with technology. And if the students take charge of that, it's even, it's like icing on the cake.
It is exciting because you see the students asking us questions that we don't have the answers to, and they, in turn, start doing the digging and find solutions to the problems that they've come across. And
absolutely,
that is awesome.
So I think as we introduce electronic tools, technology tools into the hands of our teachers and our students, I want to just remind everybody that we want to create a very supportive environment where risk-taking on the part of the teacher and on the part of the student is awesome. It's accepted. It's the model we want to follow.
And that's exciting, and it's also scary because as we turn more control over to the student and help guide them to safely do things that are good for others, there is a risk involved, and it's an exciting place to be today in education.
Absolutely. And in the beginning, it might look like just enhancements, but just imagine the transformation that will take place in our learning.
Yes.
When we actually get there.
Yeah, as the students unleash their genius and put those billion-dollar brains to work solving problems, it's wonderful.
Can't wait to see it. Actually, I'm seeing it already.
I agree. There's a lot of great things going on out there. Well, thank you for taking this time this morning to have this conversation.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
And you too.